This is not just a country, but an entire empire, living on stage with its visible face, and underground with its dark side. In this video, we reveal the unseen Russia behind the scenes. 1. The state beneath the concrete. Moscow's underground shelters not found on maps. It doesn't exist officially. It's not on maps. There's no trace of it in documents. But beneath Moscow lies a vast, interconnected underground system stretching for kilometers. Construction began during the Soviet era, and it is claimed to be still in use today. Known by the code name Metro 2, this structure connects the Kremlin, the Ministry of Defense, and airports underground. The shelters, which are over 50 meters deep, were designed for nuclear fallout protection and emergency evacuation. What lies inside is unknown. But the presence of soldiers guarding the entry points shows that the structure has not been forgotten. Although some plans for Metro 2 have been found in Soviet archives, the exact route and coverage area have not been officially confirmed. According to statements by former KGB agents, this system extends beyond Moscow, and it is even said that some points connect to underground military laboratories, special cells, and intelligence centers. Most of the entrances are hidden beneath abandoned buildings, behind an ordinary fire door, or in a locked elevator shaft. They are closed as soon as they are spotted, and those who attempt to take photographs are reportedly interrogated. 2. The ghost train on the tracks. The dark journey on the Trans-Siberian Railway. The Trans-Siberian Railway is a transportation route on paper. But in reality, there is another truth roaming the tracks. A train that does not appear in the records, carries no route number, and is sometimes seen traveling only at certain times of the night, the ghost carriage. According to witness statements, this train does not resemble a normal means of transport. Its windows are blacked out, its numbers have been scraped off, and armed individuals patrol between the carriages. What this train carries is unknown. However, those who see it are subsequently silenced. Some former railroad workers say they encountered a secret order years ago that fixed this train's route. Unofficial documents mention that this train runs on a special route referred to as the deadline. It is alleged that nuclear material, biological material, or the state's unregistered operational materials are transported on this line. It has even been reported that the train enters tunnels at certain points, completely disappearing from the surface, only to reappear hours later in a different region. Imagine a train that never stops at any station, where no one can board or disembark. Its destination is never disclosed. It cannot be tracked. Yet its presence is always felt. 3. Biological command. The day the Soviets attacked America with locusts. During the Cold War, war was not only fought with weapons, but also with nature. A secret project allegedly developed by the Soviet Union in the 1970s took the concept of biological warfare to a whole new level. According to documents and statements from former military officials, locusts were genetically modified at a biological research center in Kazakhstan. These locusts were turned into controllable swarms and then trained to be released toward target countries. The goal was to sabotage agricultural fields. These living weapons, targeting staple foods such as corn and wheat, would collapse the economies of enemy countries and undermine the food security of their populations. The first tests of the operation were conducted in the steppes of Central Asia. It was reported that swarms of locusts released in flocks were directed in specific directions and caused high levels of crop loss. These operations were never mentioned in official documents. However, independent researchers who gained access to some archives after the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991 revealed that this program, codenamed Agro-9, had been heavily funded. 4. Chernobyl's Forgotten Victims. Were the blue babies real? The Chernobyl disaster in 1986 went down in history as the largest nuclear accident ever. However, beyond the official figures, there is a much darker claim circulating among the public: the blue babies. This name is used for some babies born in the years following the accident. These babies, born with pale blue skin, abnormally large eyes, and underdeveloped organs, were not recorded, because they were not allowed to be. It is alleged that secret instructions were sent to doctors working in hospitals after the births. According to these instructions, cases of abnormal births were to be reported to special units, documents were to be collected immediately, and the babies' bodies were not to be handed over to their families. Some health personnel stated that autopsies on these babies were performed by special teams appointed by the state and that the results were not published in any medical journal. Most of these babies, living in the shadow of Chernobyl, lived for only a few days. 5. The Assassin in the Sky. Lancet 3's silent death program. Lancet 3 is the name of the moment Russia opened a new chapter in the war. It's not just a drone. It's a system that waits for its target, watches patiently, and merges itself with death. At its core, it's a kamikaze. It glides silently through the air. It waits for the target's moment of weakness. And then it sacrifices itself. It dives straight in with its explosive warhead. No politics remain, no strategy. Only wreckage. The producer of this system, which has become the focus of the Russian defense industry since 2020, is Zala Aero. But its components, that's another matter. It has been determined that the Lancet 3 contains Taiwanese processors, Japanese cameras, and sensor systems from Germany. The methods used to circumvent the embargoes are a separate black box. The parts are brought in via small shipments through third countries and assembled within Russia. Its range is 40 kilometers. But range is not its main feature. These drones can circle around their target for hours. They wait. They bide their time. When the time comes, the signal is cut, and they crash right into the target center. 6. Operation Unidentified, Russia's fake passport industry. In Russia's dark back alleys, there is an industry that even the state does not want to see, the production of fake IDs and passports. This is not the work of a few printers. There is talk of an organized structure involving retired Interior Ministry officials, individuals connected to security forces, and even former intelligence personnel. This network does not only serve smugglers or mafia members. Foreign agents, soldiers in civilian clothing, and mercenaries conducting illegal operations also obtain identities through this system. The passports are so professional that they cannot be distinguished from real government documents. Holograms, barcodes, biometric chips. Everything is copied exactly. Some documents are of such high quality that even Russian border security cannot identify people entering the country with these passports. Information on deceased citizens, usually stolen from old state archives, is used to produce the documents. This way, the identities are kept alive and leave no trace in the system. This industry does not only provide identities. It also produces fake diplomas, driver's licenses, and even military service records. It is possible to start a new life with all these documents. 7. Borderless crime, the Russian mafia's empire under the world. The Russian mafia is not a street gang in the classic sense. It operates like a shadow government. It flourished, grew, and became borderless in the power vacuum created by the collapse of the USSR. Today, this structure, which operates in countless sectors around the world, from gambling to drugs, arms trafficking to human trafficking, is not just a criminal organization. It is also a political tool, an intelligence extension, and an economic war machine. Mafia groups such as Alpha, Solntsevskaya, and Tambovskaya are not only present in the underworld but also on the boards of legal companies. Their financing is provided through offshore accounts, and couriers travel with diplomatic passports. According to some sources, the Russian mafia directs over $40 billion in black money annually. This money is used in many areas, from election manipulation to media purchases. It is alleged that former KGB members advise these structures, while some active politicians have direct links to them. This is not a gang, it is a disguised structure. The name of the crime changes, but its center remains the same. 8. Those who wage war with keys, how Russian hackers paralyze the world. Imagine an army. It has no uniforms, no weapons. But every key it presses crashes another country's system. Russia's cyber warfare units, although not officially acknowledged, are considered the world's most organized digital attack mechanism. Groups known by code names such as Fancy Bear, Cozy Bear, and Sandworm operate like state-sponsored cyber militias. The massive cyber attack on Estonia in 2007 revealed the power of this structure for the first time. Then came Georgia, Germany, the US. The list goes on. The attacks are not limited to data theft. Hospitals are shut down, banks' infrastructure is destroyed, and election systems are interfered with. All these operations are carried out using specially designed software to erase digital traces. According to information provided by former FSB employees, some universities in Russia directly train these hackers. When they graduate, they may appear to be civilians, but they are actually digital soldiers. According to them, the war is no longer won on the battlefield, but on the screen. A power plant can be shut down with a single click. State secrets can be obtained with a single email. And this war continues, with no end in sight. 9. The nameless power, the shadow presence of the Russian army. Official figures say one thing, but the reality on the ground is quite another. The Russian army has established a vast shadow network that extends far beyond its official ranks, involving paramilitary groups, private military companies, and units disguised as civilians. The Wagner Group is just one example. But there are other structures active on the ground that we have never heard of. These structures are not directly affiliated with the Ministry of Defense. But their tasks, orders, and funding are directed by the Kremlin itself. These groups have special training camps set up in rural areas of Russia. They do not wear military camouflage, but they have specially manufactured technological equipment. They generally work on a contract basis. Their contracts lack official status. In other words, if they die, they are not considered state martyrs. But their mission is to implement state interests in the field. These groups play an active role not only on the battlefield but also in political assassinations, election manipulation, and influence operations in crisis zones. It has also been revealed that the Russian military uses fake personnel cover to send its pilots to different countries through some civilian airlines via legal channels. 10. The trade in blood and stone, Russia's shadow diamond smuggling. Russia is one of the world's largest diamond producers. However, each of these sparkling stones may be part of a bloody trade that operates beyond official records. Diamonds mined in illegal mines, particularly in the Siberian region, are smuggled into the global market via routes known as the Grey Line. These routes do not exist on paper, but each is supported by carefully planned logistics networks. Contraband stones are transported to Europe via couriers through Belarus and Armenia. The passports and documents used in this process are fake, but the money is very real. Those who run the system are often former mining companies intertwined with mafia groups. These structures hide behind small private businesses that are allegedly tolerated by the state. Each shipment involves approximately $5 to $10 million worth of stones entering the system. It is alleged that international jewelry companies knowingly purchase these stones, and that some major brands even invest directly in these channels. Once the diamonds are cleaned, meaning they are relabeled with new origin documents, they begin to appear as legitimate products. 11. Erased cities, secret locations removed from Soviet maps. During the Soviet era, some cities never appeared on maps. They were treated as if they did not exist. Yet thousands of people lived, worked, and kept secrets there. These places were called closed cities. They were not mentioned in official documents, there were no road signs pointing to them, and they had no train stops. But in reality, these cities housed nuclear facilities, military laboratories, and missile production centers. Take Zeleznogorsk, for example. Known by the code name Krasnoyarsk 26, this city was built for the production of plutonium. Its citizens were provided with better health care, higher salaries, and strict surveillance. Special permission was required to enter the city. Even families could not visit each other. Nuclear weapons were assembled here, and uranium was processed. Today, it is estimated that there are still more than 40 closed cities in Russia. The names of some are not even known. Maps have gone digital, satellite images have increased, but the boundaries of these cities remain blurred. Even on Google Earth, some areas are pixelated. Those living in these cities are disconnected from the outside world, but they appear to live very well inside. Because their real job is not just to live, it is to keep secrets. Even if they are erased from the map, they leave their mark on history.